Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Podcast.
My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
Today we're diving into a question that so many of you have asked us.
Why learning English is important.
And remember, vocabulary, words, and definitions awaits you at the end of our podcast. Erica, I have been thinking a lot about my English learning journey lately. Sometimes I feel like I'm making progress, but at other times I feel stuck. Do you ever feel that way when learning a language?
Oh, absolutely. Learning a language isn't a straight path. It's more like climbing a mountain. Some days you move fast, and other days you feel like you're not making any progress. But trust me, even when you don't see it, you're improving.
I hope so. I know that English is super important, but sometimes I wonder, why is it the global language? I mean, there are so many other languages in the world.
That's a great question. English became a global language because of history, trade, and technology. British colonization spread English to many parts of the world, and later American influence in business, movies, and the internet made it even more dominant.
That makes sense. Everywhere I go, I see English. On product labels, in music, and especially online. I even noticed that most of my favorite video games have English as the main language.
Exactly. Whether you're watching YouTube, using social media, or reading news articles, English is everywhere. If you don't understand it, you miss out on a lot of useful and interesting information.
That's true. I also think English is key for career opportunities. My friend just got an amazing job at an international company because he speaks English fluently.
Yes. Many companies prefer employees who speak English, even if the job isn't in an English-speaking country. It's the language of business, science, and even international travel.
Speaking of travel, I've always wanted to visit the UK and the US, but I worry about not understanding people there.
That's another reason to learn English. Imagine how much easier it would be to explore new places if you could communicate with locals. You wouldn't have to rely on translations or feel lost.
You're right. Learning English really is important for so many reasons. Work, travel, entertainment, and just understanding the world better.
Exactly. And the best part is, once you learn English, you can connect with people from different cultures. It's not just about learning a language. It's about opening doors to new experiences.
That's a great way to think about it. Now I feel even more motivated to improve my English.
Common struggles in learning English.
Yeah, but learning English isn't easy. I struggle with grammar and pronunciation. Sometimes I feel nervous speaking because I'm afraid of making mistakes.
I totally understand. Many learners feel the same way, but mistakes are part of the process. Do you remember how you learned to ride a bike?
Of course. I fell so many times before I finally got it right.
Exactly. Learning English is just like that. You have to make mistakes to improve.
That's a good way to think about it. But grammar is so tricky. There are too many rules and exceptions.
True. English grammar can be confusing, but instead of memorizing all the rules, try to learn them naturally through reading and listening. The more you see and hear correct grammar, the easier it becomes.
Maybe I should read more. I mostly study from textbooks, but I don't read much in English for fun. Best methods to learn English.
Reading is a great way to improve, but don't limit yourself to textbooks. Try novels, newspapers, or even blogs. It helps you see grammar in context.
That's a good idea. But what about speaking? I need more practice.
Speaking is crucial. Do you have anyone to practice with?
Not really. Most of my friends are also learning English, so we usually speak in our native language.
You should try language exchange. Find an English speaker who wants to learn your language and practice together. Also, speaking to yourself in English helps.
Speaking to myself? That sounds strange.
It might feel weird at first, but it's a great way to build confidence. Try describing your day, talking about your plans, or even pretending to have a conversation.
Interesting. What about listening? I understand English better when I read, but listening is harder.
That's normal. English has many accents and fast speech. Start with something simple like podcasts for learners, then move to movies and TV shows with subtitles.
I usually watch movies in my native language. Maybe I should switch to English. Definitely. And don't just listen. Repeat what the actors say. It helps with pronunciation and intonation.
Staying motivated.
These are great tips, but sometimes I lose motivation. Learning a language takes so long.
That's true. It takes time, but if you stay consistent, you'll see results. What motivates you to learn English?
I want to travel and maybe study abroad one day.
That's a fantastic goal. Keep reminding yourself why you started. Also, set small goals, like learning 5 new words a day, or watching a movie without subtitles.
That's a good idea. Small achievements will keep me motivated.
Exactly. And reward yourself when you reach a goal. Learning should be fun, not stressful.
Erica, you've given me so many great ideas today. I never thought about some of these methods before. I usually just study from textbooks and do grammar exercises. But now I realize that learning English is about so much more.
That's right. Studying grammar is important, but language is meant to be used. The more you practice in real-life situations, the more natural it will feel.
I guess I've been focusing too much on avoiding mistakes instead of just speaking and learning from them.
Exactly. Think of English as a tool, not just a school subject. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's to communicate. Even native speakers make mistakes sometimes.
That's a good point. So to sum up everything we talked about, I should start reading more books, watching movies in English, practicing speaking, even if it's just with myself, and maybe find a language partner.
Yes. And don't forget to listen to podcasts, write daily in English, and most importantly, have fun with it. If learning feels like a chore, it's harder to stay motivated.
That's true. I think setting small goals will help too. Maybe I can challenge myself to learn 5 new words every day or try to watch an entire episode of a show without subtitles.
That's a fantastic idea. And every time you reach a goal, reward yourself. It could be something simple, like treating yourself to your favorite dessert or watching a fun video.
I like that. Learning English should be something I enjoy, not something I stress about.
Exactly. And remember, progress takes time. You might not notice it right away, but if you stay consistent, you'll be surprised at how much you improve.
I feel a lot more confident now. Let's try speaking in English more often when we meet.
Great idea. The more we practice, the better we'll get. You're already on the right path, Mark. Just keep going.
Vocabulary, words, and definitions. Progress, improvement or development over time. Struggle, to have difficulty doing something. Fluently, speaking a language smoothly and easily. Pronunciation, the way in which a word is spoken. Confidence, the feeling of being sure about your abilities. Motivation, the reason or desire to do something. Achievement, something you accomplish successfully. Exposure, the experience of coming into contact with something. Challenge, a difficult task or problem to overcome. Communication, the exchange of information or ideas. Native speaker, a person who speaks a language as their first language. Consistency, the quality of always behaving or performing in a similar way. Subtitles, the words displayed at the bottom of a movie or TV screen that translate or transcribe speech. Reward, something given in recognition of effort or achievement. Intonation, the rise and fall of the voice when speaking.